Hello and welcome. So today I've made an aim assist example project to help demonstrate how to set up the aim assist system within your particular project. I happen to be using the third person example project, the combat variant, but you can use any one you want. So what we'll do is, first thing we'll do, you can see that I've added the plugin. You'll also notice this is a C++ project. It doesn't have to be for you. If you're using a blueprint one, that's absolutely fine, but for those using C++, I need to show you guys how to add the component to your character or actor. So if we look at the plugin here, you'll see that that's just there. So we need to generate our binaries and intermediates. So we'll go back, and again, for those working in C++, you don't need to do this if you have a blueprint project. We'll just right click and we're going to generate our project files, on the U project. So this will take a minute. I would like to edit this bit out, to be honest, but if I do, I don't want you guys missing anything. So again, this is only for people with a C++ project. So we've done that, and it's probably going to ask us to rebuild. Yes, I want to rebuild. And that's done. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. We're getting there, we're getting there. Come on, please be quick, please be quick. Hey, lovely jubilee. So we're just loading in. Right, so first thing we need to do, very first thing we need to do is we need to click on our edit here, plugins, and we want to just double check we've got that plugin. And it looks like we have. We've typed in aim and we're looking for aim assist system. You can see that's ticked. If for whatever reason that isn't ticked, make sure you tick it. So that tells me the plugin is there, that's working. So we'll close this down, and the first thing I'm going to do is in the combat variant, or whatever, this doesn't have to, you don't have to use this, this is for your project. So just to demonstrate, we'll open up the level and we'll just press play, and you'll see that I've got I've instantly got like a third person camera thing going on. It's pretty cool. So we'll close that. What we want to do now, you want to go to where your character is. In obviously my case, mine's a BP combat character, and we'll just open that up, and then on the add button we'll type add, and then we want to add the aim assist component. You can see that there, aim assist, and as you can see we have that there. Now this obviously is expecting a just in here, our current profile is expecting a data asset, but it already knows about the team. So what we're going to have to do is close this just for now. Don't forget to save your work, and let's create a data asset. So in here I'm just going to right click, and in here I'm going to type data, and you want a data asset. This is the one we want here, right? Now the first thing it's going to do is going to ask you, well, what class are we going to inherit from? So we're inheriting from our aim assist profile. Now if for whatever reason you don't see this, just restart and rebuild, but you should definitely see this if you have the plugin and everything's ticked and working fine. So we're going to go with the aim assist profile, and we're going to select that. I'm just going to give this a name. I'm going to call that the aim assist data asset. Now when you open this, you'll see that we've got like a list of like different values we can toggle on and off and change, which is pretty cool, isn't it? First thing what we want to do, which is really important, especially for targeting characters, we want to tell the data asset what bones we want to target. So I'm going to add 2 bones here, and you can add as pretty much as many as you like. I'm going to go with, I want to target the head. Be mindful of your spelling. Certain characters, this might be uppercase or lowercase, etc. So be mindful of that. I'm going to go with spine, say 03, and that'll give us our bones that we want to target for now. We will come back to this stuff and explore the rest of this. We're going to save that, and we're going to close that down. So now we have a data asset. So what we'll do, we'll open up our BP character, and then on our aim assist component, we want to add that asset there. If you've got a project where you've got lots of others, make sure you type in whatever you've called your data asset, and then we'll save that, close that, and if we press play, you'll see we have that now. That's already working right out the box, kind of. So what we'll do is, if you have an AI character, you can do the same thing. But what I'm going to do, just so you can see, I'm going to duplicate this guy here. I'm just going to call this guy the AI one, even though it's pretty much static, and then we'll drag him out or her out, and then we'll click on the AI character. Because we duplicated this from our character, we've got the aim assist component, yeah. But we're going to set the AI to be on a different team to us, so that will be team B. And we'll compile, save, close. Make sure we all save. And then you'll notice that when I press play now, the aim assist is working. Now, out the box, this is quite strong. So I'll show you how to tweak that in a moment. As you can see, we're targeting the head and the spine. I don't think we have root motion enabled on this character, so never mind. But yeah, so as you can see, it's quite strong. So if you're using a gamepad, you'll notice that's really strong. So if you want to just quickly turn that down, you can adjust your strength just here. So let me just close this for a second. So one of the things I do want to do is I want to show this working with actors as well. So I'm just going to create another blueprint class just for test purposes, and this is going to be an actor, yeah. And I'm just going to call this the BP test, yeah. And for the BP test, let me just open that up. I'm going to give it a static mesh, and I want to give it a cube. That's quite large, isn't it? Let's bring that down in size a bit. 0.4, should we say? Oh, silly me. And then we'll compile that. We also need to add the aim assist component to this actor as well. Oops, sorry. We'll add aim assist component, and we'll add the data asset as well, and we'll put this guy on team B, and we'll save that, close that down. Now if we bring this actor out into the world, you'll see that we can also get aim assist on the actor too, and we get the center origin, yeah. So that'll give you like the basic aim assist working there, as you can see. Let me close this down. So what I want to do now, for those using C++, I want to show you how to quickly add this to your character via C++ as a component. Some of you might be happy to have the component like this, but for those that want to add this in C++, I'll quickly show you how to do that. So again, if you're using blueprints, you don't need to do this. First thing we're going to do is, obviously for this BP class, it inherits from a combat character, yeah. So I'm going to open that now, and I'll quickly show you how to do that. And again, this is for only people that are using C++ that want to add it this way. Back in a sec. Right, so for those working in Visual Studio, what we want to do is add the header file for the aim assist component, which is here, yeah. I'll add these to, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll add this to my description and in the comment section so you don't miss it, so you can just grab it and paste it right in. So you need the header file. You also need your forward declaration. So this will be your, obviously your character class, whichever is driving all your characters. Then we want to add or your actor class as well, either one's fine. We'll add your forward declaration for the aim assist component as well, so we need that. In our build file, we need this, don't forget this, aim assist systems, which you add that. And then in your character CPP file, you'll notice that I've added the header just here. and you've got these red squiggly lines. This is perfectly normal, obviously, for components. We're adding a new component, and Unreal doesn't know about it, so it's going to give us this. I thought I'd leave this like this so we can do this together rather than do it off screen. Then in your constructor, your character constructor, you want to add the aim assist comp as well, where we want to create it, don't we? Now, before we compile, there's one last thing we need to do. Again, if you're working in blueprints, you don't need to do this part, you don't need to delete this. But if you are going to compile and add this from C++, we need to delete this because we don't want to obviously recompile and then have two components with the exact same name. It may cause some problems in it, so we don't need that. So we're going to delete that from our character class. We'll also delete it from the other character, the one we made, the AI one, if you must. We'll delete that because that inherits from the same class, isn't it? So we'll get rid of that. And okay, so that's done. So that's not there, but we've got everything else, so that's no problem. So if we go back into Visual Studio, we've got everything we need. We've got our build file, we've got all our CPP stuff and all of our header stuff. We need to fix this now, so let's do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this down, yeah, because we've already saved, haven't we? Double check we saved. Save, yeah, and we'll close this down. And what we're going to do now, we'll also open up our file explorer where our game is. I'm going to close Unreal, and what we're going to have to do now is rebuild, just like we did at the start of the video, so we can add those components. So it's generating the project files as we did before. Lovely jubilee. So I'm going to open up Visual Studio first. I hate how it does that. That opens up first. It's really annoying, that, isn't it? If you guys have that, I might get rid of that. Anyway, yeah, sorry. So let's give it a second to load in, and you can see that error's gone because we've rebuilt everything, yeah? So let's go back into our file explorer and let's just open the game now. And what we should see now is the aim assist component added via C++. So let's open up our character. So obviously it's not there, that's because we need to recompile. Let's compile. Oh, let me close that, sorry about that. We don't want to use live coding. Come on, nice and quickly, please. We're getting there, aren't we? Ta-da! So let's just see if that's there. Ta-da! And it's there. Aren't I lucky? Sometimes you can recompile, do everything right, and sometimes it's not there, which can be quite annoying. Just do it again. Maybe build from Visual Studio. So yeah, so that's how you add that in C++. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to add back our data asset, and we're going to set our team. Now, obviously, you'll see here we've got non-player. Just a quick thing I will say. Now, this applies to everybody now, whether you're using blueprints or C++. If you have more of a complex setup, I'm going to obviously pick Team A for my character. But if you have let's say you're using a GASP project and you've got like a UE5 character, and let's say that's the pose driver of, say, your metahuman, then what you would do on your master class, you would set this to none, and all the children that come from that blueprint class, then you would set the perspective team. Yeah, so if you have any problems with that, do reach out to me, because I've obviously tested this in multiple projects. That's the reason I know that. So that's how you would deal with that if you have that kind of a setup. Master class is always none, children will be the perspective team. So obviously this is a lot more of a simple setup. So I'm going to set this back to A. Okay, why is that taking a long time to save? BP comment failed to save. Oh, it's being silly. So anyway, let's close that, and then we'll go to our BP combat character, and we'll set the team as well. This will be team B. Oopsie daisy. And then there we are, just there. We've got our asset as well, and if we press compile, oh, I forgot it's not letting me save, is it? It's being silly Billy. Come on. Okay, I'm sorry. Right, and let's open up our actual level, which was the combat one. That's what I was using anyway. Oh, do I need to save that? Not gonna let me save. Okay, I'm sorry. Can we just open the level, please? That didn't save. Unreal's being silly, so let me double check. Sorry, I have those still set on. Yeah, that's okay for our character, and then for our A1, yeah, that's okay. So yeah, that's all back to where we was now. So if you press play, you'll see that the aim assist is working as it was. If you want to have someone who's on your own team, obviously, if we duplicate the other AI one, yeah, and if we open this guy up, and if we set this to team A, you'll see that we don't have, it'll probably help if I drag him out first, wouldn't it? You'll see that I don't have any aim assist on him, but I do on the other character. So yeah, so that pretty much gives us some of the basic stuff, but we can do a little bit more, so let's do that. Let me close this down, and let's open up our aim assist data asset. Yeah, so in the aim assist data asset, we already went over bones at the start. Again, you can add as many bones as you like. Just double check the spelling, because they change, you know, different from project to project, and from, you know, depending on the type of character you have. Naming your bones, I mean, you could have any character. You could have an octopus, some kind of animal, you know, monster with 10 legs and 10 heads. You can add them all. If you've got a head 1, 2, 3, 4, and you know, however you want to do that, you can do that and set the distance, max distance here. So you know, there's a lot you can do. Changing these values will drastically change how this feels. Yeah. One of the cool things we can do is we can invert our rotations. So if for any reason you have a different type of rotation, so generally speaking, typically speaking, this is what works in Unreal projects, but not everyone has the same rotational like setups today, you know. So what we can do, we can reverse this. Yeah, and what this will do, this will invert the aim assist for the magnetism. Yeah, so I'll press play now. You'll see it's now pushing me away. See that? Now by default, if you have this by default, it just means that you just need to play around with that and find what works for your, you know, the needs of your project. Yeah, we'll just close this down. Put that back to how it was. Sorry. Here's like all your rotational like strengths and thresholds and field of view you can have a play around with as well, and your friction. Another cool thing you can do, as I demonstrate in the project, the example project that comes with this, is the projectile bending. Now the way this has to work is this is looking for a U projectile component. So as long as you're using a U projectile component, as seen in the video, the other video that I did, you'll see this working. You can set the bending strength. You can do some really funny things with this. You can even obviously invert it. Yeah, so you see how you get on with that. You can add a curve for that as well. So maybe make a curve. I think this is one of the default curves that come with Unreal. So maybe that's not the right one, because that's a bit jagged at the end. You probably want something a bit more like rounded. Yeah. Another thing we can do is we can auto lock to the nearest player. So this is completely 360, so you'll literally spin around and aim to the nearest player. The only thing it doesn't do, it doesn't track through walls, similar to the aim assist. So one thing I'll quickly show you actually before we do this is you'll see that my aim assist here, you You can see if you go around the wall, it will break. So you can't get aim assist through a wall. Yeah. You can only get it obviously when there's nothing in the way on it. And the auto aim works the same way. Yeah. So I'll just go back to where we was. So for the aimbot, what we can do here, this is asking for an input. Yeah. So let's make an input. So we'll close this down. And we'll right click in here and we create an input action. And I'm just going to call this aim. It doesn't matter if you can already, if you've already got an aim thing you're using yourself, you can just use that. It doesn't matter if it's triggered, ongoing or completed. It makes no difference. This will work. It just works. Yeah. Close that down. So that's our input. Let's not forget to add this to our input mapping context. Yeah, so we'll do that. So I've only got a few inputs in here, I think. I'm just going to add one more. I'm going to add my aim input. And I'm going to make mine. What should we do? I'm going to say I'm going to use E. Yeah. You could already have an existing aim, like especially if you've got like a shooting game or some kind of 3D game. That you can use that too. Close this down. Yeah. And then let's put our aim action in here. Yeah. And that's pretty much all you have to do. You can obviously set the speed and minimum range. Yeah, so here we are. So let's see who. Press down E and you'll see I'm locked on now. Yeah. And as I start moving around, I'm now locked onto this one, which again is obviously the closest one to me. Now if I lock on again, and let's say I want to go around the corner, you'll see that instantly breaks. You can't lock on round a corner or through a wall or anything like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So another thing I've done is I've added widgets that you can add yourself. One for like a center target, and then the brackets which will get like the transform of whatever it is you're targeting. Yeah. This also has filtering. So as seen in the other project where I demonstrate that once your character ragdolls or is being destroyed or is not there, is inactive, the aim assist will already know and they won't target them. Yeah. So check that out. And you can move around as well in the different bones while staying obviously targeted to them. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is if we go back into this folder here, what we can do here is will I close it? Yeah, sorry, I did close it. Yeah. So what we can do here, now we've added our input, is we can add two widgets here that we want to add. The widgets don't need to have logic because everything's handled here. You can turn this on and off, so all your like scaling stuff, if you've got your own setup, like your own blueprint stuff or C++ stuff that you want to use, and you can use that. You don't have to use this, but if you do want to use that, then I'll put that option in there for you to add your own widgets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add two widgets, and I'll be back in a second. Right, I'm back. So I'll just quickly show you what I've done. All I've done is I've imported the two textures from the Aim Assist project, which comes with the plugin. So if you have the plugin, you'll of course have access to that project. And I've also imported the widgets. Yeah. So with the center dot, we'll just start with that. This is literally just a canvas and an image. There's nothing going on, obviously, in the blueprint because everything's handled by the Aim Assist component. We'll close that. And the same for the brackets as well. We've just got a canvas, this centered here. As you can see, there's nothing going on. It's just a very basic widget. Now, what we need to do is open the part Aim Assist data asset. So open that up, scroll all the way down, and under UI, we'll just add these in. And then we'll add our centered, our brackets as well. So the way this works is the brackets will get the center transform of your actor or character, and if we're targeting a character, This center dot, we can move this around freely at the character bones whilst aiming, which is pretty cool, isn't it? You don't have to use all of this stuff, but I'll put this in there anyway if you do want to use it. It really helps to get so you can visualize and see things working properly. So I'll just minimize this for now. So if I just press play, you'll see there's my target I'm looking at. If you hold this down, you can see we can move that center dot around to the two bones that we've selected. So you could probably do some really interesting stuff with this if you've got I'd say especially a non-human character. Yeah. Now once we target an actor, obviously because it doesn't have bones, then that center dot doesn't move around because we're just getting the origin. But any character that has bones, then again we can freely move around and target those bones that we like. One last thing I want to show you as well, because you're probably thinking, hang on a minute, how do I turn that off? If you want to turn off the debugging stuff in your BP combat character, just open it up, or whatever your character is, click on your aim assist component where we have debug, show debug visuals. That'll turn it off, so that'll disable all the strings and all of the line trace stuff you can see. And as you can see, we've still got the aim assist, but all the debug stuff's gone. And if we lock on, we can see we have that now, which is pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. So I do hope this breakdown has helped you understand the aim assist component, you know, the plugin, and I hope this helps you get started. If you've got any questions, please do reach out. You can reach out in my YouTube in the comment section. I will get back to you, usually within 24 hours, maybe much quicker. Any questions you've got, feel free to fire away. And I think that's about it in terms of this project and getting, you know, a basic setup working. What we'll do now, we'll have a look in the aim assist project, and we'll explore a bit more of the aim assist component, and I want to really show some of the bullet bending, because that's probably one of my favorite things. So I'll see you over there in a second. Right, so I'm in obviously a different project now. I'm in the aim assist project. So if you have the plugin, then of course you'll have access to this project, so make sure you download it and have to play around with it. I'm just going to press play so we can get straight into it. Let me just grab this weapon. As you can see, we've got our aim assist on our actors just here, and then over here on the other team, as you can see, we haven't really got any aim assist going on. Excuse me. Now if I just go over here, see we've got our target lock on working as well, and when we shoot them, obviously they're all gone. Well, they're not gone, they're just hidden, and obviously once they're hidden, then basically what happens is the aim assist can't see them, or if they're destroyed, you'll get the same result. Now what I will say is, if you can see that orange and purple trace, that there is the projectiles wanting to bend. Yeah. So the way the bending works is you need to, I guess, to meet the needs of your project, you need to think about how quickly your projectile is going over the distance, and it's obviously this projectile is going reasonably quick over a very short distance. So the bending is obviously going to be less apparent. So what I'll do in a second, I'll slow the projectiles down so you can actually see the projectiles bending. Yeah. It's pretty cool, isn't it? We've got some moving ones. So this is just a simple BP logic, which is included in the project. Although it's not part of the plugin, that is there for you to also have as well. It's pretty cool. So we're getting a nice little pull there, which is happening on its own. That's not me doing that. You can see there's our target lock on. Yeah. Pretty cool, isn't it? Now, one thing I do want to show you, so we just got two AI bots walking around in circles, roaming. So the way this will work with characters is we've got our target lock on there, and we're switching between targets because we're getting the closest target within range. Yeah. So you'll see that once I shoot these guys, see that string aimbot, we ragdoll, we got no aim assist, or we can't lock onto them until they're obviously moving around again. All I'm doing is simulating physics and then bringing them back to life, so they're not like being destroyed or anything. So do that again, show it working. You can see aimbot target ragdolled. Yeah. And if I just stand over here, when I come back, you'll see our can't do that through the wall. That breaks. But there he is. It's cheeky, isn't it? Yeah. Pretty cool, isn't it? Right. Let me show you the projectile bending. So I'll just come out of this now. Yeah. We want to find that projectile that we're using, or in your case, in your projectile. Again, make sure your projectile inherits from a U projectile component actor class. Yeah. So let me go in here. Let me find where that is. So in my case, or in your case, if you're in this project, we'll go on to the projectiles, and there's a projectile right there. So obviously it's moving really quickly, so we need to slow it right down so we can properly see. So that's at 8,000. Let's bring that down to 800. So that will slow it right down. That will, won't it? Yeah. I think, yeah, that's it. We'll just press play like that. So now you'll see that how quickly the projectile's going. So let's say I aim at this guy, I look at that guy, it will then turn and go to where I'm aiming, which is you can get some really funny stuff. So I mean, how you would use this in your project is entirely up to you, innit? Like for me, I'd like to use this where, you know, if a player was aiming at a character that was far away, you know, and maybe you want to help the player feel like, you know that was me, innit? Oh, I got the headshot. Yeah, that was me. Well, you know, there's a hidden hand, you know, at play there, isn't there? So that is exactly how I would use it, but you can use it however you like. Aim there, go there, and there. Yeah. Yeah, same thing here. Oh, we got two. That's very cool, isn't it? We tried to get him, he missed. Hang on. Yeah, let's aim for this one, and then look at that guy. Yeah. Let's do this with the characters now. Your head. I'm gonna hit your head instead. Your head there. And your head there. Let's go aim at you. Look to you. Aim at you. Can you make it? I didn't make it. Let's try again. Maybe that's a bit too far. You make it? One thing we do need to do, I should have said, be mindful of the gravity. So on your projectile movement component, check your gravity. So what's happening, the projectile's dying before it even gets there. So I'm just going to turn it off now so I can really see it. There we are. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Another thing we can do as well, let's invert it now. So if we go to our aim assist folder, and just here we'll see our aim assist data asset, and we'll go to our projectile bending, and let's invert it. So as you can see, it's completely gone off in another direction. So yeah, you get some really funny results with that. You never know what you'll get, actually, depending on the kind of game. I think this would work really funny if you had like maybe like a 3D spaceship game and you were flying around, you had like rockets and stuff. You could really do some really funny stuff with that. And obviously, if you want to have that turned off, obviously when it does invert, it can go off in a different, it'll go off in a different direction. So I guess accidents can happen. So if you want to, I'd maybe suggest a bit of randomness in your game. You could probably switch out between two profiles on the fly, and you probably get some really funny results. And of course, you know, you can turn this off as well. So if you don't want to have that on, you don't need to have that on, and then we'll just get normal projectiles working. So I can't like aim at this guy and it's going to go over there. It's completely off now. So, you know, not everyone's going to make use of that, but if you do want to make use of that, you can definitely do that. So yeah, I hope that explanation, you know, makes sense to you. And again, if you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out. I will not ignore you. And yeah, and if you've got any questions, fire away, man. If you do like the video and you like the content, especially if you like the plugin, like and subscribe. I've got some really cool stuff on the way, some really cool plugins that you'd be interested in, so make sure you do that, and I shall see you later on. Catch you in a bit. Oh, sorry, just one more thing. If you just in case you missed it, if you want to turn off your debug stuff again, on your character, on your aim assist component, where you got debug here, show you the visuals, just turn that off, and then compile. As you can see, everything's gone. Still got your aim assist, everything's still there. But that's how you turn it off. And yeah, I think that's definitely it. I'm sure it is. And yeah, I'll just catch you in a bit. Bye bye.